The time has come where you gotta fix a piece of junk so you can move more pieces of junk. And if you're new to this kind of program, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to see your bearing, and it's not supposed to do that. And when you hit the gas, it's not supposed to just spin, and these don't. So what we're gonna do is drop that transfer case out, slap another one in it, and then I got used to this again. I mean, they just don't make them like they used to. Look at this quality. And relax, it's just like every other bump side Ford. The door shuts perfect. And, you know, oversized chains, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, that's fine. You don't need tread either. Just helps you do burnouts quicker. So, I mean, that thing just looks wonderful. So we're already improving it. It's not even dirty. Not at all. And the bent drive shaft, that's just for horsepower. You might ask why I'm not moving it around in front wheel drive. Well, blew up the front diff a couple winters ago when a tree blew down the driveway and had to move it. Suddenly lost front wheel drive, and hence those. So yeah. If you go in here and you look, we got a nice stash of spare parts. Pulled that out of the one remaining Ford Highboy at the junkyard. And it's in perfect shape. It's just as dirty, but we're gonna pressure wash it first for good measure. So we'll roll the old girl inside here. Can't use the lift because the boom will hit the ceiling and knock out your fancy lights. But we'll get her in here, use a floor jack and a creeper. All right, got her in here. I wonder when the last time this truck was in a shop. These are the things I think about. It's kind of funny. Fun fact, when I built this boom, I didn't plan on it ever coming in here or backing in here to lift motors out or anything. And I basically just guessed where I wanted the height of the boom with the cables and everything. But somehow it magically worked that it fits in here. And I think that was a good thing for sure. So that's cool. It always pays to guess most of the time, half of the time, 2% of the time. But anyways, let's get the jack under here, undo our drive shafts and all that good stuff. Undo 2 bolts in each end of the mounting bars there. Drop this old piece of junk out and throw it out back in the parts pile. And we'll get that one pressure washed and put up in there. Probably going to use the rubber mounts out of this one because those are absolutely shot. But you don't have to worry about a wobbling transfer case. As long as it still propels the vehicle, it's fine. And the fact we're running a 2-wheel drive short section of the 2-piece drive shaft and the splines only penetrate about that far, that's really good for your yoke as well. But I would definitely send it. I mean, I already did. And I might as well check the fluid. I mean, I've never checked the fluid in that. Never checked any of the fluids except for this, because I put this rear end in it. Used to have a trailer axle and they just walked it around on front wheel drive. So this old thing's finally getting some maintenance. Would you look at that? Quality. And the rope holding the bumper up, classic. This truck ought to be famous. It really should. Let's get to work. Not only did I move this in here, but new arrival. You guys haven't seen this yet unless you're on my Instagram. I hauled this in from a property cleanup deal. It was free, but I'm thinking, put it out back, storage shed. Why go and spend $1 million on a Connex or lumber and build a shed when you can haul a whole free van home? Nothing wrong with that. I pushed it over here so I can get the shop vac out and You know, I'll clean it up some before I put shelves in it, and then I'll just line it full of parts. Ought to work pretty good. It's an old Econoline, basically about the same era as my pickups, so that's kind of cool as well. Still got a motor in it. Looks like a 302 with a C6 behind it. More good parts. Another 2-barrel Motorcraft there, 2100. Love those. And the grill's back there. Might as well hang that back on it. Make it look a little better. And more hood emblems for the pickups. So that's always good. It's got these cool pinstripes on it. So yeah, something else to deal with. All right, this thing's all unbolted. Got the floor jack under it. Some pressure up on it. Let's lower it down and get it out of here. There we go. Here's the one out of the truck. Somebody made their own custom transfer case mounts instead of these old round ones they put on them. Well, they were probably good when they were new, but I took the mounting brackets and all the old mounts off of the replacement one, and I'll just put these on it because these were in the truck. This is the one we just took out of it. I'll just run these on this one, but first I'm gonna pick this up, take it outside, scrape and pressure wash it and clean it all up good, make it look a little better and keep it clean. So let me do that, bring it back in here, swap the mounts, slap her back in the truck. All right, got it up on the jack. It's all dried off. Just swapped the mounts over to it. Found one of the brackets was just in great shape, so threw one of the other ones on there. Look at that amount of grease. It's perfect. But anyways, she's a lot cleaner than she was. Doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, look at the rest of the truck. It'll be good enough. I put it on this jack instead of trying to wobble it on the floor jack. This thing, you have to pump it up really fast and then get it to hit one of these side locks before it bleeds back off. But it's good. You don't have to worry about dropping a transfer case on your face and knocking your teeth out or anything like that. It is all part of the fun. I mean, look, it's rugged on here. Perfect. So, let's just send her home right to where she wants to go. Get it bolted back up in there, throw some fresh gear oil in it, and the old green bean of a truck here will be back to do some work. Can't wait. There you have it. She's bolted in. Everything's good. Now just hook up drive shafts and the shifter linkage and fill it with fluid. Be good to go. Just gonna leave the front drive shaft out since it does nothing up there anymore. So that's one less to do. But yeah, this is good and tight back here. Still a little bit of play, but that's normal. At least the bearing is still in there, not spit out like the other one. So let me get that stuff on. We'll be good. All right, everything's hooked back up. Changed the fluid in the T-case. Threw a battery back in this thing. Good old super start. Been through hell and back, and here we go. Still going strong. So let's fire the beast up. She's been sitting for several months since there was snow on the ground. So we'll get her fired up and go test drive on this new transfer case, see how she does. Probably take the chains off so we don't wear those through the back window. Going 50 down the road here, rallying it. Well, there we go, it moves. The old transfer case always popped out of too high on me, so let's see how this one does. Oh yeah, the chains are working good. Get these chains off and then we can really go rally it. Don't remember if I wired some of these on or not, but we're about to find out. Oh, I call that a win. She's happy. It doesn't pop out of gear like the old one. No leaks as far as I know, so that's always good. Good to have her back. Now let's put her to work. I'll show you. Got some new additions here. Of course, you remember that Jeep. Well, I went to one of the local junkyards and found this. This is a Willys MB body, where that's a Ford GPW body. Only slight differences. I'll show you what they are in case anyone's interested. But as you can see, this one is in far better shape. Nobody cut the back out of it to make it a pickup. And it's not all mangled in the back there. This one's in amazing shape. No extra cutouts for taillights or anything. And then the rust is not near as bad. The rust on this one, it's all in flat areas, so it would be pretty easy to patch. And then around there where the transmission comes up through and the shifters and everything, it's not all mangled like on this one. But this body's a lot more rougher, but it's a shame because it's the Ford one. Now, the slight difference is the Ford toolbox lids have this embossed stuff on them. And then if you look here at the latch, of course these lids are missing, but the latch is different. Just little things like that that differentiate the two. So yeah. And then somebody cut the dash out on this one, so there's enough here to build one good one out of a mixture of parts. And then of course I have these two fenders. That one came with it. That one's from somewhere else that I found. But this one came with two good fenders and a grill. That's one of the hard things to find, because that's what somebody always grabs to hang on their shop wall or something. But it doesn't look too screwed up or anything, so I think this one's gonna be a winner. So yeah, keep adding parts to it and hopefully build a Jeep. So down to business. There's a Gray Jay hanging out on the hood there. Down to business. We're gonna use the boom there. I'm gonna pick up the back of the GPW, throw that later style wheel on, so it'll roll in the back, and then I'll pick up the front and park it over here wrecker style. Move the 69 out of the way there. Park it in the space that I freed up and cleaned up. Then it can be with all the military stuff, with lots of friends. This one's actually a combat rim, which means it'll separate into two pieces in the center. That's just for easy field repair during the war, but I think all the other rims on this GPW are regular, so this is the only combat rim I have. But we'll throw this. This is Vietnam era Jeep, but it's the same bolt pattern. It's a wide 5. So we'll get her thrown on, and then she'll roll a little better. These things are a lifesaver. Okay, I lied. Center hole is a different size, won't fit over the drum, so that's cool. So I guess I'll pull a front wheel off, throw it back here so it rolls, and then just stick that on the front or something. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Got the world's best handyman jack. You have to take the handle and slap it against there to get it to click. And I don't think it goes down, but I have a solution for that. She's up off the ground now though. I carry this on the back of there. Always a smart thing to do. For instances like this, so you don't have to reposition the hook over there and block this up and all that jazz. So, we'll get this out of here. That's where you live now. And zip this one off. There we go with the old switcheroony. Now when you want these to, you know, go down, that's what you do there. And then this, we'll get the chain down, reposition to the front and pick it up. All right, she's up in the air. Got the tag line on it. Let me go move the blue truck real quick and then we'll stick this thing over there. Well, it's in the vicinity of where I want it. A little more tricky with the tires flat. Don't quite want to roll all that well, but got it. Got in here and got tricky with angles and everything. That's always fun. But lower it down here and then I can muscle it around from this point on with the tractor. The tractor can't quite lift it up completely, but I can get it up enough to shove it around where I want it in here. I'm going to leave a spot open over here and try to keep the Jeep stuff here. So let her down and go from there. Well, not only did we get the truck fixed, but we got something accomplished with it as well, so that's always good. Both of these have been long-awaited projects, so good to have them out of the way finally. Slowly knocking stuff out around here, which is good. It's nice to have the truck going again. Definitely was needing the little boom rather than the big one there. This is a lot easier to maneuver around in places like this than the big truck. It can't really squeeze into these tight spots and move stuff, so yeah, definitely good to have her back. Seems like you never need something until it's down or you don't have it, and then all these little things pop up where you need it. So love how that works. But anyways, I guess that'll do it for now. And before I close off, just gonna point out that this truck is featured in some new channel artwork, so be sure to go check that out. A friend of mine who is a very talented artist drew up some channel art for me, so be sure to go check it out and go follow him on Instagram at Just a Car Addict. So yeah, anyways, till the next time, I will see you guys later, and thanks for watching.